Hey everybody, and welcome out to the weekly Q&A webinar. Thought I was actually sharing my screen there, but I was sharing my camera, but I was actually sharing my screen. So there we go. Anyways, welcome out to the Q&A webinar. Just getting little tech issues here, this week we've Eric Sovereign with Orderlytics. He's here with us. In the past, I've had a lot of people who've had questions about Orderlytics. I know a lot of people have brought it up to use for fulfillment, to Amazon and different things. So I brought Eric on the webinar with us today so that he could talk about, how to set that up. Any questions you have about Orderlytics, and then also, please feel free to ask any other questions that you guys have about ClickFunnels. This is being recorded, and it will be added to our help desk, and then you can reference it there. But any questions that you have, we'll be answering those. And so go ahead and get your questions queued up now, so that after Eric is done, we can go ahead and start answering your questions. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and make Eric the presenter, and he's going to show us what Orderlytics can do. So let's hold on one second. Still gotta. There we go. Now you're the presenter, Eric.
All right,
You should be able to share your screen.
All right. So you should be seeing the Orderlytics overview, and thanks, Mark, for the invitation. It's definitely a pleasure to be on the ClickFunnels weekly webinar this week. I've been getting a lot of questions in the support group and also on the Orderlytics application. That basically, what is Orderlytics? How does it work? How can I use it to better integrate within ClickFunnels? So what I'm going to do today is kind of just do a couple page overview of what Orderlytics is and give you some use cases and some recommendations of how we can use it. And then I'm going to go into a demo, and I'm actually going to show you the application, what it looks like, how quickly and easy it is to set up from a configuration back into your ClickFunnels account. All right, so from an overview standpoint, basically the primary and core services of Orderlytics is really the automated ordering services. We started off initially doing Amazon ordering and provisioning, so you can use that to either sell other people's products and use, let's say, a tripwire or free plus shipping type of funnel model. But it's also really good. We found it's very powerful for existing Amazon sellers who have products in Amazon at the fulfillment centers, and they want to leverage ClickFunnels as an off-marketplace sales channel. It's really powerful. The competition in Amazon of selling within the marketplace can be really fierce. So we found sellers can have better control over the customer's experience. You can do upsells, cross-sells. You keep your customers all within your funnel, and Orderlytics on the back end will then place those orders back into Amazon for you versus the customer just going and buying one product and then they're gone. We recently introduced the second phase of Orderlytics that talks through and focuses on what I'll call order fulfillment services. And the keynote service here, integration, is to Shopify. There's been a lot of requests for this. We figured out a way to create orders within Shopify. So as you have a ClickFunnels sale takes place within your funnel, that transaction will then be pushed into Shopify, and that will actually create an order with that sale that you did within ClickFunnels, and then on the back end, Shopify will treat it as a regular order and go through your normal processing and provisioning and fulfillment integrations that you have, whether that's back into Amazon or back into another fulfillment warehouse. We also can do other direct fulfillment integrations. We've got one already built for Fulfillment Labs, Shipwire, and 3PL. So if you have a fulfillment warehouse, you don't want to use Shopify, you want to use ClickFunnels, and you want to go directly to a direct fulfillment vendor, we can put those orders automatically into those fulfillment warehouses. All right, so one of the things that we really want to kind of focus on for today is really how is it gonna, what can it do for you from a ClickFunnels perspective? And I've got this little flow diagram up that kind of talks through and shows you the process. We'll walk through that in a minute, but really it's really designed, you can do many things with Orderlytics, but things like finding products that are hot products for a specific market, for a specific niche, for coming up into the holiday season, so you can quickly test without going out and purchasing any inventory. And so this is what I was doing last holiday season. We were arbitraging products, we found the hot product, and we went out and we sold basically $100,000 worth of product, and had to, before we had Orderlytics, we had to manually key all those orders into Amazon, and some days we couldn't keep up with the order volume and the sales volume. So that's what hence made us seek out an automated service, because you'll see in the last bullet there, it's the automated scaling. That's where the beauty really comes in, is being able to take this automation and be able to scale that. We got to 200 orders a day, and there was no way that we could manually key those in. So that's a powerful use case that you might want to consider, especially as the holiday seasons are coming up. We've seen things like quickly test a market, doing the free plus shipping model, where you can actually sell somebody else's product and how to make a profit, or you can learn to figure out what is the what products are hot out there, build a free plus shipping model, and then you could go out to AliExpress or Alibaba, buy some inventory, get it shipped to Amazon or shipped to your fulfillment center, and then use ClickFunnels and Orderlytics together to automate and scale that entire process. All right, so what I'm going to do now is jump into a demo of the application just to kind of show you how it works. And let's see. So what we're going to do is jump on now, and so you can see the. See if I can minimize. See if I can move this out of the way. There we go. All right, so now you should see ClickFunnels for webhooks. You want to go for the orders. You want to take that link, and you want to then basically copy that, and then you'll see the little note here that talks about purchase updated. That's the ClickFunnels webhook event. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this link and we're going to jump over to ClickFunnels, and we're going to go ahead and create a webhook. So I've got one of my accounts up here, one of my funnels. To create a webhook, you simply go over here to the settings page. You scroll down to the bottom, and you basically click on the Manage Your Funnel Webhook. So you've probably seen this before in some of the other webinars. I've already got some built here, but all you need to simply do is create a new webhook, drop the URL there, and then the key thing is that the event. What we found is that you've got to use purchase updated, and the reason why that's critical is that what it does is it makes sure that the payment gateway from Stripe or Braintree has successfully completed, and we've confirmed that we've got a successful payment. If you just simply use purchased created, then there's we're not checking for whether or not the payment was approved or declined. So if you make sure that you use purchase updated, you'll make sure that you only process approved orders, not declined orders. So that's pretty key. All right, so now once you get that, and then you hit save, and that brings you back to your funnel webhooks page, and you can then see, once you get up and running, you can then kind of like quickly look at some of the deliveries. You'll see as you start running test orders, you'll look for deliveries in this field over here, and you can then check the status, make sure that the outputs are doing, and you're getting successful attempts. So well, obviously, once you get going, we want you to actually do some test orders and verify that. All right, so now you've set that that link basically to this specific funnel. That same link that out of Orderlytics can be used for any funnel. You see, you can promote multiple funnels into Orderlytics and run those. And then once you get back over into Orderlytics, now you've done the linking to your funnel. You basically go through and you have a series of options here that you want to go ahead and start setting up your products. So obviously you've built a funnel. You've created a product on the ClickFunnels side. So if I hop back over to ClickFunnels, you'll see, like on my product page, you've got basically your products already loaded up. You want to look for things like the ClickFunnels product ID. So if you simply just roll over that little card icon, you see the product ID there, or you can right-click the edit link and get the product ID from there. So you want to note the product ID from ClickFunnels, and then when you come back over to Orderlytics, what you're going to end up doing is that you're going to be creating basically a ClickFunnels product ID to an Amazon ASIN association. So it's going to basically, when a sale comes in, it's going to instruct Orderlytics to go out, ClickFunnels product ID, to go out and buy, let's say, this specific ASIN value. And then, so what you might want to do is, like, as you go through Orderlytics, if you're arbitraging somebody else's product and you're looking for free plus shipping, here's a good example where it's $5.99. I might do a $6.95 free plus shipping offer for this. I'll grab the ASIN value, which is here up in the URL, or if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see it in the, where'd it go? I'm going to jump past it. Hold on. Oh, yeah, here it is, right down here. So you can just grab the ASIN value, and then you'll put that into the Orderlytics. And so as you create your product, you'll just give it a name. You'll select what marketplace you're in. You'll put your ClickFunnels ID in here. You'll put your Amazon ASIN ID in there. So let's just put one in, and then you can set your quantity from here. And if you've got, like, on ClickFunnels a group of, let's say, 5 or 10 as an upsell, you can obviously want to change the quantity here. And then you hit save, and that will then create the association. And then we have some product options advanced if you wanted to further define, like, what criteria you want to buy the product. And this is most notably used, like, if you want to target a specific marketplace seller, you would put their seller ID in here. All right, so once you got the product set, then you just basically go through, and there's a couple other settings, features, things like, do you want to group orders by shipping address? So if you're an Amazon seller and you've got multiple products in your funnel, one of the things that you might want to do is you want to set this to yes, and then we'll maybe set it for 1 hour, and that we will hold the order for the front end product that comes in, and we'll wait an hour to basically make sure that all the upsells have been ordered. So if you've got 4 products in your funnel and 3 of them were ordered and they're all going to the same shipping address, we'll group them and then put them into an order queue, which you'll see over here in the left hand side. That's just a table. We'll wait 1 hour, and then we'll move it up into the orders table, and we'll actually submit the order into Amazon. The benefit of that is that as a seller, you're grouping all those products into one order, and you're saving on shipping costs. So that's been huge for our sellers. Some of the other features is that, obviously, do you want to do a gift? You can also do ship to multiple addresses, and where we'll hold the orders. Again, as another way of saving on shipping costs. A gift or not a gift, you can put a message, and then we have this thing called allow or lower price, and this is important where you might want to test a market, and you want to sell your ClickFunnels product lower than the Amazon price just to test a market. Well, we have logic in here. If this is set to no, we won't go out and purchase an order or purchase a product on Amazon if it's less than what you collected on the ClickFunnels side. But if you turn this on to yes, then we will authorize and go ahead and make that sale and make that transaction. All right, so once you got those settings set up, and then the last little bit of settings that you might want to offer is to minimize your calls to your support desk is that once we obtain tracking information from Amazon, we have got a whole set of tokens. You can create an email to send to your user or your end customer and basically tell them that the product's been shipped, what's their merchant ID order number, what's the tracking number, and what's the carrier. So this will then inform them, because from an Orderlytics standpoint, you're actually going out and purchasing the product on your customer's behalf. You want to message to them and let them know it's been shipped. All right, so now you got some orders flowing in, you've got some orders coming in. You'll see that you've got on the orders table, as orders are coming in, you've got different order statuses. You can see everything from successful to unsuccessful to shipped, and we will then populate everything down to the tracking ID number from Amazon. You can roll over the unsuccessful, figure out why that happened. Typically, unsuccesfuls are a result of bad shipping address. People fat finger their zip code, or Amazon can't validate the shipping address, or Shopify can't validate it. So what we did do is that we set up the option where you can resubmit unsuccessful orders, and that will give you a pop-up form. You can go in here and correct the shipping address and hit resubmit, and it automatically gets sent. So it's a pretty powerful tool in the sense that you can come in here and you can see the status, and as they're building, you can see the orders and as they're flowing through. Some other things just to point out: if you're an Amazon seller, we do have promo codes where you can purchase at a discount, whether it's a single-use promo code or a global promo code that you can use multiple over and over again. If you're selling, have multiple funnels for different products, and they're all those different orders are coming into this centralized order table, you can come in and create basically groupings by your funnel ID, and you get that basically back in ClickFunnels based upon the URL for your funnel. You'll see that the funnel ID is up here in this string. You just basically come back and give it a name, associate the funnel ID, and if you've got more than one funnel sending orders into Orderlytics, you can use the filter at the top, and you can say, okay, I want to filter on just the orders for that funnel, and you can see that. Or if you want to go back and say, I want to find all the unsuccessful orders, you can set that as well too. And one other thing just kind of point out is that we did add, if you are using UTM codes in all of your advertising links into the ClickFunnels landing pages, we will pick up those UTM codes, and you can then see exactly down to the keyword what generated that sale. Campaign, basically all the source, medium, campaign, keyword, term, and content. So I highly encourage you to use UTM codes in all of your advertising links, because ClickFunnels will pick it up, and Orderlytics will then report back on it. All right, and then the last couple of things is just basically your retailer accounts. If you set up your Amazon accounts, you can set one to many, and so you can have active and inactive. And so if you've got multiple Amazon accounts, you can basically go through, and we will rotate and purchase those products and those orders across all the different Amazon accounts that you put in there. And then at the end, we basically got a dashboard that kind of shows you how many orders, how many unsuccessful, total shipped, and you've got some graphs and charts here that kind of show you how many orders for the date and for the period, and how much did you pay versus how much did you collect. All right, so that's a pretty quick demo. Just some of the other questions we get is how much does it cost? So for the Amazon order provisioning side, it's $1.50 per order. We do have volume discounts for that based on volume. So if you're doing 500 orders a month, we can get lower than $1.50 all the way up to doing 5,000 orders per month. We can drive that price down. For the order fulfillment services, we don't have nearly the cost. Amazon charges us on the orders on the front end for the Amazon side. So for the order fulfillment services within to Shopify and other fulfillment vendors, our pricing starts out at 30 cents per order. The volume discounts there start at, like, after 50 orders, we'll immediately drop it down to like 25 cents, all the way down to a nickel if you're doing over 1,000 or 2,000 orders per month. So pricing can be very competitive there. How do you get started? Basically, sign up. You can go to app.orderlytics.com, register.php to register for an account. And then we've got a knowledge base of information, and I've also passed off some content to Mark and his team, and the ClickFunnels team is going to put some Orderlytics content in the ClickFunnels knowledge base as well. All right, I guess with that, Mark, I'll turn it back to you and see if we have any questions.
That's awesome. I actually had a question. So are you saying that you could actually find any product on Amazon and sell it through your ClickFunnels page?
Yes. So that's exactly what we did back last fall. Is that we basically took and went through Amazon and found products that I didn't own, and I was selling them on my ClickFunnels page. And so here's an example of my funnel. I was selling a mini flashlight as a free plus shipping, and I was upselling it into a product that I owned back into a continuity program that I owned.
So really, you could use that as I mean, to see if a product is even viable before you start purchasing, mass quantities of it, or even if you just wanted to use it as a break even without holding inventory, you're just essentially buying from someone else on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. So that goes to like this first use case, is how to find hot products without having to spend a dime on inventory. You can use Orderlytics. You can go out and test products that you don't even own and run it all the way through, and Amazon will ship it to your end customer. And you basically collect the money up front, and then you buy it on the back end. So it's a good point. We'll probably just run through the process flow real quick. Is customer comes in and buys it off your landing page, drops into ClickFunnels. You use Stripe or Braintree or one of the ClickFunnels gateways. You get paid for the money that they paid up front, and then ClickFunnels will then send that sale data into Orderlytics. We'll use your Amazon buyer's account to go out and buy the product with your purchase account, and then so obviously if you collected more up front here, or if it's a break even on the front end product, and then you can Amazon will then fulfill it and send it to the end customer, and then your funnel should then lead them to upsells where you can actually then increase your margin and sell them your back end product.
But if you have inventory at FBA, it'll just fulfill from your inventory, right?
Absolutely, that's correct.
Wow, that's incredible. I didn't even realize. I thought it was more for just fulfilling your own FBA inventory, but just being able to just purchase products like that from the front end of Amazon, that opens up a lot of possibilities.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, we did last year in the holiday season. We were selling 10, 20, 30 products that were hot in the marketplace in the niche for the holiday season. We didn't own any of those products.
Wow. Brenda actually was asking how to sign up for Orderlytics. I know you just covered it. She said there's a free trial, but then a monthly charge on the site.
Yeah, so that's probably a little bit confusing. There is. I didn't cover it today. There is another aspect of Orderlytics. The order portion of the name Orderlytics is the Amazon ordering and Shopify. The Lytics piece is our Google Analytics e-commerce reporting application that we can do e-commerce revenue reporting for ClickFunnels sales into Google Analytics. And I can do a whole nother webinar on that and talk with that side of Orderlytics. That reporting piece does have a 2-week trial, and it's $29 a month to push sale data into Google Analytics. This side, for the order component, for order automation and provisioning, there's no monthly fee. It's free to sign up. You only charge for a successful order.
Awesome. The Facebook group actually is not the Facebook page. So there's a ClickFunnels Facebook page and a ClickFunnels Facebook group. So make sure you're going to the ClickFunnels Facebook group. Let me see if I can get that link for you here. I'm going to post that link in the chat here. But in the Facebook group, there's a lot of people who have a lot of experience with doing supplements. And I mean, but to give you a rough idea, I personally actually have a lot of experience in doing supplements and sourcing and different things. But there's a couple of different levels when you're doing supplements. One, you can be an affiliate and promote other people's products. Two, you could find a company that wants to drop ship. So basically they keep the inventory, and then you do you place an order as orders come in for you. Similar to, I guess, you could use Orderlytics for essentially doing that. If you find a product on Amazon that you want to test out, you could essentially just do that through Amazon and ship it to the people. Matthew was asking about a UTM code. Do you want to explain that one, Eric?
Yeah, sure. So within ClickFunnels, you basically have the ability to pick up and track the UTM codes as you are building out your campaign link. So as you've got your main URL for your landing page, and you have the ability to take the what they call UTM codes out of Google, and I think, yeah, you bring up the generator. That's good. So there's UTM_source, there's UTM_medium, the campaign, content, and term. There's 5 different unique UTM codes. You just append your URL for your campaigns. So if you're doing a Facebook campaign, you want to put like the question mark and then the UTM_source ampersand, and you just out those links and you identify, okay, what's the source? Is it Facebook? What's the medium? It's cost per click, or it's an image ad. And then what's the campaign name? And then what type of content? Is it video? Is it image? And then is there a term? Like, is there a keyword if you're doing like Google AdWords or Bing? But what ClickFunnels will do is, if those UTM codes are on your links when they come into your landing page, they will pick them up. And on the sale, you can use those for, or not just the sale, but you could use those for Google Analytics and your basic reporting for all traffic to your website, looking at geographically, time of day, and then but once a sale is made, those UTM terms are also part of the webhook that gets outputted, and Orderlytics will pick that up, and we will then report back on that. So if they're present in your links, we'll show them in Orderlytics. If you didn't put them on your webhook, then they simply won't appear. And the other piece that I mentioned earlier in our Google Analytics e-commerce reporting, that's where you would get the benefit of full product revenue reporting, visualization of all your sales data, upsells, downsells, and use the full Google Analytics platform all the way down to the keyword, and look at every revenue data that you can possibly leverage within Google Analytics. So we can handle that as well. If anybody wants to talk about that piece of Orderlytics, just hit me up and we'll go a little bit further.
Awesome, thanks, Eric. Yeah, so basically, I mean, UTM tracking that you see here, it's basically just a way that you can break down your campaigns and really, if you're serious about your data, right? You want to know, okay, where did these people come from? Then you can generate these URLs and put those URLs out there. So if you're adding a link, for example, to a blog or something, a specific blog, you could say campaign source, it might be blog, campaign medium, and campaign term, all the different things that you want to be able to identify that in your back end in Google Analytics, so that you can analyze that data and know what's working. So next question is from Brenda, and this is actually for you as well, Eric. She was asking, how did you choose which products to test on Amazon when you were first starting out?
That's a good question. So basically, the way we went about it is initially we didn't own any products, so we were just looking for where we were seeing advertising on Facebook and seeing advertising on sources like Google AdWords and Bing for physical products, things that we're seeing over and over again. The sweet spot seemed to be like under $50 from a kind of a tripwire or lead generator that we wanted to look for a small product initially. That could be that we could sell anywhere from $7 up to $49. That seemed to be the sweet spot. And so as we found hot products starting to pop up in advertising from different CPA networks, different merchants, we would go out and start quickly find an equivalent version of that product on Amazon, and we would quickly test. We'd build a funnel, and we quickly send some traffic to it, and see if we got any hits, and see if we got any conversions, and was it worth basically scaling out. Once we identified about 10 products that, like 5 of them were all within the same niche, we then we blew out a funnel, and then we built in a back-end continuity program, and that's really what we did over the holiday season. So we had the front-end product that was a low-cost item that we then found some higher-end products that we could upsell and do true arbitrage. But if you don't own a product just yet, then just go start looking at other people's advertising and go start. If you find something that's showing up over and over again, go ahead and test it, and just find an Amazon product. And you just do an Amazon search, and you can do bestsellers. You could look at the trends. You can do Google Trends. Look at physical products. There's a platform out there called Camel that does Amazon price tracking.
What is that called, Eric?
It's called camel.com.
Camel, like the animal camel?
Yeah, just like the animal. Yes.
Okay.
It's an Amazon price tracker.
Interesting. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I was just pulling up the Amazon bestsellers here. I actually showed this in a couple weeks ago, and you can go here and see what's trending and
yeah. I mean, obviously, like this time of year, back to school items are huge.
Yeah.
You start getting towards the major holidays. Halloween's coming up next, and then you get into the Christmas season, where all bets are off. Everything's game.
Awesome. So Christo is asking, he has another place where he purchases from where he gets commissions. Can those products also be listed here? I'm not sure if you're referring to Orderlytics, Christo, but it depends. I would just reach out to Orderlytics support and ask them specifically about the site you're referring to. Otherwise, what you would want to do is build out, your pages in ClickFunnels and link to those, products from your page. So, I mean, essentially, you could use ClickFunnels and create an opt-in page, and then on the next page, you have your bridge page where you're linking with your affiliate link. So, I'm not sure.
And I can quickly answer that question for you from the Orderlytics side. Amazon was very clear with us. We cannot use Amazon associate links within our submission into Amazon. So you can't use your Amazon affiliate account products within Orderlytics and then purchase and get and basically double dip.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah. So they were very clear with us. They said you can submit orders, but we're not going to let you submit for basically associate commissions.
It looks like Christo was referring to a system called Triple Clicks, if you're familiar with them. But
I'm not familiar with them. I've heard. I mean, I know that there are various Amazon associate or affiliate programs out there that you can put your ID in and basically leverage off of their kind of broad traffic source and see if you can rotate your products in, and that might be the similar type of service. I haven't been dealing on that side of the business in probably over a year.
Okay. Caroline's asking about knowing what products she would want to sell, using Orderlytics and on Amazon. But would you recommend contacting the vendors to make sure they have enough inventory available, or what's your thought there?
Well, there are various tools out there. I mean, you can sign up to become an Amazon seller and get, or even go out to like some of like the Apple Marketplace, and they have seller tools that you can quickly see an Amazon account and see a seller and how much inventory. But one of the nice things is, if you don't own the products and you're just selling Amazon products from other merchants, what Amazon will do is if a particular seller inventory gets too low, they'll automatically rotate another seller in, and so they can make that sale. So if you're selling somebody else, another merchant or another seller's product, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get an error message back that there's no inventory. They're just going to rotate another seller in. Now, the price might be a little bit different, but you'll still make the sale.
Because essentially the ASIN is the same across sellers, right?
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense. So you would just want to make sure that you're not, your price didn't double. It's kind of pay
Yeah,
attention to that.
and one of the things in Orderlytics though is that on that product advanced product, or sorry, on the product page on the advanced options, you can include specific seller ID or ID. So if you found a group of sellers you wanted to buy from through Orderlytics, you could put those for that product ASIN and put those seller IDs for that ASIN in that advanced options field, and we would only then submit the order if we got a positive result back for inventory for those sellers.
But if there is, let's just say, there was a case where there was just no inventory, then you would just get an order notification or an error notification from Orderlytics.
Yeah. So we would return. Yeah, we would return an unsuccessful in the Orderlytics application, and then you could set up an email notification to yourself as the Orderlytics owner, saying that an order was unsuccessful, and that you could go in and either try to manually fulfill it, resubmit it with another merchant, or go back and refund your customer.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, the reason Christo is asking is that Amazon blocks South Africans. So I guess he's selling in South Africa, but he sells through triple clicks. So I'm not sure if that's something there. Like I said, I mean, you could reach out to the Orderlytics support and see, if that's one of the fulfillment centers they integrate with, but it doesn't sound like it. And that's actually going to wrap up our webinar today. I want to thank Eric for coming on and taking his time to show us Orderlytics. We've got a lot of questions about it in the past, and it's a really great system that can help enhance the functionality of if you're doing physical products on ClickFunnels. We also have an integration with ShipStation if you're using ShipStation, but it seems like there's a lot more cool stuff that you can do with Orderlytics. So Lorinda's asking, what's the link to sign up for Orderlytics, not the $29 a month one? So I might actually go to Orderlytics so we can show it here.
Yeah, so it's the same registration page. There's if you just go to once you get to the landing page there, you can go down this is kind of our switcher page that shows you both services. Use the one on the right.
So discover Amazon ordering.
Yeah. Both places take you to the same registration page, but from here you basically there's a register button at the top that will come in or sign up for free.
Yeah, it's just taking them. I go to webinar is just slowing down my internet connection right now. I also do the sign up for free option up here, or FBA sellers, one of these.
The sign up for free.
Okay, so do the sign up for free link. So yeah, I would recommend going to Orderlytics and just going through that process there. William, actually, anyway, once again, want to thank Eric for coming on, and appreciate you guys all coming out to ask questions here on the webinar. And if you have any other questions, please reach out to our support team. Reach out in our Facebook group for peer-to-peer support. It's an official support channel, but there are a lot of people in there, as I mentioned previously, about 23,000 people in that group that can help you out. So any parting words, Eric?
First of all, I guess thank you again for inviting me. This has been great. I encourage anybody who has any questions about Orderlytics, feel free to reach out to me directly, or we have the same support and chat function as ClickFunnels on our app, so you can post a question there as well. And then the last thing I'll just part everybody with, if you're using Shopify now, we are actively looking for people to do our beta test and roll it out, and we've got a discount price that will lock you for lifetime for 50% off if you are willing to beta test the Shopify integration.
Awesome. Love it. All right. We will see you guys all next week. Take care.